Warfare, Alex Garland. For me, you did it again, and this time I think you outperformed Civil War. Warfare hits theaters this weekend from A24, and as you've seen, I didn't even think I needed to do an intro because this movie was absolutely breathtaking and amazing, horrifying, intense, on the edge of my seat, not wanting to watch everything at the same time. And there's nothing more I can say off the bat than just this was a well-crafted, put-together movie that I think does the exact thing it wants to do, which is just give an unbiased look at warfare. This movie is based on real life. One of the co-directors with Alex Garland was a military unit person in this actual Navy SEAL mission that we watched during the whole entire movie. And you just see so much just happen in different ways. This is not a movie that's going to give you some big in-depth character story. You're not going to get to know these characters all that well and figure out what makes their heart move and stuff. Because at the end of the day, what's making their heart move and what their whole entire goal is during these missions is to be there to support one another no matter what happens. And the thrilling nature and the intense nature of this movie highlights why there was no need to focus on that stuff and why these characters couldn't have those moments, because it is non-stop from beginning to end, just intensity and feeling like you need to stay on point as the viewer, just like they all have to stay on point as the Navy SEALs during this operation. It's just, I can't describe it well enough to know. It's just like you see the well-oiled machine of the Navy SEALs and what it may take to be somebody in this field and just be a military member, I think, in general. If you're somebody who I feel wants to appreciate what the military can do or want to understand and show them more appreciation, I think Warfare is the perfect movie to go and see. Not because it makes you want to stand up and feel great about life in different ways, but it makes you realize what people go through, what people in the Army, Navy, and other places go through in these wartime situations, and the stuff they just have to go through and move through because it's what their command is, it's what their job, and that's just that. The cast is littered with a plethora of actors giving outstanding performances in ways that they aren't showing off themselves. Joseph Quinn, Will Poulter, Cosmo Jarvis, Charles Melton, Kit Connor. There's a numerous amount of great performances throughout this whole entire movie, and they just make you feel that you're just watching this operation go on. And the way that they're able to communicate when things are a little bit less stressful and how they turn themselves on when things get more stressful, I think just goes to this really highlight their amazing performances and really just show like how down the business they can get as good actors and just filling these shoes together. These don't feel like Hollywood young upcoming actors trying to show off for a role. They feel like people who are just a military person in a bad position, taking orders and making sure all of their friends can survive. And yeah, the acting in that way is tremendous. You get reminded why Joseph Quinn is picking up so many roles nowadays, because he's phenomenal in his part of the movie, and he's not even what I say is one of the main characters. So there isn't really that many main characters in the movie. You figure out who are the commanders of their units, but just based on how the actors are able to command a room and command a presence. And you just get so much going on through them and how they're dealing with the situations. And they're, I think, amazing acting mixed in with the amazing direction of Alex Garland and his crew just provides a visceral style of emotions and reactions throughout. They're able to, Garland, between sound, between his direction of shots, his cinematography, his altogether the acting makes you understand what these people may be feeling in a certain moment and the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. And it's not afraid to let the movie feel vulnerable at times in terms of like, people aren't perfect. These people that are trained Navy SEALs that look absolutely perfect 99% of the time do have vulnerabilities and have moments where the real world shock and the real world horror of warfare takes over, and you just cannot ignore the situations they may be in. The movie does also a great job, I feel, at giving quiet but understandable commentary on maybe the Iraqi situation here. It's not trying to politicize it. There's no good guy, there's no bad guy, there's just the experience. But there's subtle moments that you can tell that it's like they're not losing perspective on, I think, the important things. Like, there is a family whose home is taken over in this movie, a innocent Iraqi civilian family, and the movie makes it a point to keep their perspective and what the situation might be like for them in it the whole entire time. The movie highlights how the militia's kind of working in this part of Iraq, as, in 2006, when this movie takes place, the war on Iraq is happening, through, and how they're fighting the U.S. so hard. It's even pointing out potentially some complicated decisions with, Iraqi soldier volunteers helping the U.S. Army. Without going into too many spoilers, gives subtle but, I think, powerful commentary on that. This movie is not glorifying warfare. This movie is not even trying to be all too political, pro, against anything. It's just giving you an experience of what warfare may be like for people who are serving in different places. And if they're a Navy SEAL who is a part of a sniper unit, this could be some things they practice and they have to be ready for. And it just makes you appreciate anybody who served, in my opinion, and understand the bonds that people who serve have with their fellow mates. It was an absolute must-see movie in theaters. The sound design, the cinematography is there. Again, my only thing would be is if you're a person who needs to go for a big storyline, a movie just giving you a life experience for that hour and a half is not what you're looking for, you might not enjoy Warfare. You won't be as hype or as positive as me. But if you're happy to sit down and just experience an aspect of life that you may never experience ever, go see Warfare. I think you will get a lot out of this movie. And for me, it is getting a clear diamond. I haven't given a diamond for a while, not since Oscar season, and it feels so good to have a movie like this that I just come out and I'm just like, there is hope for good movies coming out still. This was fantastic. I hope people can check this out, give more word of mouth, and give this movie type of support because it is outstanding. And I just think it just a story and a message that, again, anybody can kind of get behind and understand. And unless, again, it was a great movie experience. Just a great movie experience. I recommend Warfare so much. And if you have a chance, check it out in theaters this weekend, next weekend. I wish if you have a Dolby or an IMAX and you see it in there, it is must see in that. I just saw it in a regular theater and I got goosebumps throughout. But yeah, big love on Warfare to start 2025. We'll see how well it holds up the rest of the year. But right now, it's pretty damn high in my 2025 list of movies.